As the Tennessee sun rises, the soft mist rolls across wide fields where horses stamp their hooves in rhythm with the morning. On the wooden porch of her farm, Reba McEntire, hat tipped low, boots firmly planted, steps out to greet the day. It's a scene that feels pulled straight from a country ballad, yet it's real life for the woman the world calls the Queen of Country. Today, we'll journey through Reba's Tennessee farm, her stunning properties, and the lasting legacy she built. But before we step inside her home, we need to understand how a rodeo girl from Oklahoma rose to become one of country music's greatest legends. Reba McEntire's story begins far from the glitz of Nashville or Hollywood. Born in 1955 in McAlester, Oklahoma, she grew up in a family where rodeo wasn't just a pastime, it was a way of life. Her father, Clark McEntire, was a world champion steer roper, and Reba herself spent her childhood traveling the rodeo circuit. At the time, she wasn't chasing fame, she planned to become a school teacher, following a steady path far from the stage lights. But destiny had other plans. In 1974, while performing the national anthem at the National Finals Rodeo in Oklahoma City, Reba caught the ear of country artist Red Steagall. Recognizing her natural talent, Steagall invited her to Nashville, opening the door to a future she hadn't yet dared to imagine. By 1977, Reba had signed with Mercury Records. The early years were difficult. Her debut singles didn't chart, and for a while it seemed her career might stall before it ever began. But Reba's determination matched the grit of her rodeo upbringing. She pressed forward, refining her voice and her identity until the breakthrough finally came. The 1980s marked her rise. Songs like How Blue, Somebody Should Leave, and Little Rock established her as a new powerhouse in country music. Her voice, clear, emotional, and unshakably strong, resonated with fans who saw her as one of their own. She wasn't just another Nashville act, she was the embodiment of country grit and storytelling. By the 1990s, Reba wasn't just a rising star, she was a superstar. The duet Does He Love You won her a Grammy, while a string of Academy of Country Music Awards solidified her as the reigning queen of the genre. During this era, she became known not only for her chart-topping hits, but also for her commanding stage presence, with concerts that blended heartfelt ballads, storytelling, and theatrical flair. But music was only the beginning. Reba expanded her horizons into acting, proving she was more than a voice. In 1990, she starred in the cult classic monster film Tremors. Later, she took on Broadway, earning acclaim for her role in Annie Get Your Gun, a performance critics called both authentic and electrifying. Then came television. From 2001 to 2007, she headlined the beloved sitcom Reba, which earned her a Golden Globe nomination and introduced her to a whole new generation of fans outside the country music world. Even in the 2020s, Reba continues to reinvent herself. She has appeared in hit series like Young Sheldon and Big Sky, starred in the Lifetime movie The Hammer, and in 2024 returned to sitcom television with Happy's Place. Few artists can claim such longevity, spanning music, film, Broadway, and television, yet Reba makes it look effortless. And while the world knows her for the stages she's conquered, the spotlight she's embraced, and the empire she's built, Reba's heart still belongs to the land, Tennessee farm, where origins and wealth meet. Just 30 minutes northeast of Nashville, this sprawling 80-acre farm was more than an address. It was a living embodiment of the country queen's southern spirit. At the heart of the estate sat a mansion that could rival any five-star resort. Spanning 12,800 square feet, the home boasted 7 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, each designed with both comfort and grandeur in mind. The master suite was a showstopper in itself, with panoramic views that stretched nearly 360 degrees across surrounding forests and the shimmering waters of Old Hickory Lake. Imagine waking up to rolling Tennessee hills and glassy water reflecting the sunrise. It was a daily reminder that Reba had built her own kingdom right in the heart of country. Inside, the details spoke volumes. The primary bathroom offered a marble shower, a soaking tub fit for royalty, and a vanity that seemed designed for both stardom and self-care. Downstairs, the mansion unfolded like a dream entertainment hub. A pool room with its own bar, a cozy breakfast nook that looked out over the lake, a wine cellar stocked for Southern hospitality, and even a private theater where Reba could host movie nights worthy of Hollywood. Step outside, and the estate opened up like a private resort. A tennis court, sparkling pool, and manicured lawns made the grounds as inviting as any luxury getaway. A fully equipped guest house with its own kitchen ensured that friends and family could enjoy their stay in total comfort, while the 8-car garage gave shelter to a collection of vehicles that balanced both everyday practicality and country star flair. But what truly defined Starstruck Ranch wasn't marble or swimming pools. It was the unmistakable southern touch of equestrian life. The property featured 16 horse stables, indoor and outdoor riding arenas, and 12 paddocks spread across its acreage. For Reba, who grew up in a rodeo family, these weren't decorative luxuries. They were the essence of her heritage. It was here that she could saddle up, ride at sunrise, and feel just as connected to her Oklahoma roots as to her Nashville empire. The juxtaposition was both practical and poetic. A country superstar who could go from belting ballads on stage to feeding horses in boots and denim. Eventually, Reba sold the property, and it has since been transformed into a one-of-a-kind retreat known as the Grand Ole Barn. Today, visitors can book horse stall suites, go glamping under Tennessee stars, or enjoy weekend camping that gives regular folks a taste of what it was like to live in Reba's country kingdom. It's proof that even after leaving, her influence lingers, turning a private estate into a public escape. Starstruck Ranch was more than a home. It was Reba McEntire's personal stage, her southern sanctuary, and her love letter to Tennessee. But while this farm captured her country soul, she also built a life in California, where another property revealed a different side of her, a side that embraced Hollywood glamour and Beverly Hills luxury. Beverly Hills Villa Southern Spirit Convergence. Purchased in 2003 for roughly $9 million, together with then-husband and manager Narvel Blackstock. The property was nestled in the prestigious enclave of Beverly Park, one of the most exclusive gated communities in Los Angeles. This wasn't just a house, it was a statement. Set on 2 acres of manicured land, the estate offered sweeping views of both the glittering Los Angeles skyline and the rugged canyon valleys beyond. Arriving guests were greeted by a long, winding driveway that culminated in a circular motor court, anchored by a grand fountain, a cinematic entrance that made every arrival feel like a scene from a classic film. Step inside, and the mansion unfolded with all the grace of a southern hostess entertaining in Hollywood. The interiors balanced opulence with intimacy, beginning with both formal and casual dining rooms. Here, Reba could just as easily host a gala-style dinner with industry executives as enjoy a quiet family breakfast. A private study provided a retreat for reflection and planning, while the chef's kitchen, fitted with state-of-the-art appliances and expansive prep space, was the beating heart of the home. Perfect for everything from catered banquets to home-cooked meals with a southern twist. The living quarters carried the same blend of luxury and warmth. The mansion featured 3 guest suites, each designed to welcome visitors with hotel-like comfort. The crown jewel was the master suite, a vast sanctuary complete with its own private balcony. From there, Reba could step out at sunrise or sunset to take in panoramic views of the city and canyon, a daily reminder that she had mastered both the quietude of country life and the glamour of Hollywood. Outside, the property transformed into a lush oasis. Towering palm trees framed stretches of green lawn, creating a backdrop that felt both tropical and serene. A Greek-inspired swimming pool shimmered in the sun, complemented by a bubbling spa for relaxation. A private pond added a touch of tranquility, while a guest pavilion offered a luxurious hideaway for friends and family. Together, these outdoor features turned the mansion into a hybrid space, half Beverly Hills estate, half southern retreat, where star-studded gatherings and peaceful afternoons coexisted seamlessly. What made this mansion truly unique wasn't just its beauty, but how it seemed to reflect Reba herself. On one hand, it embodied the quintessential California dream: palm trees, infinity views, and Hollywood luxury. On the other, it carried echoes of her southern sensibilities: warm hospitality, spaces designed for gathering, and a grounding connection to nature. In short, it was the perfect metaphor for Reba McEntire, a woman who straddled two worlds and made both her own. And just as her home speaks volumes about her lifestyle, so too does her garage. Because for Reba McEntire, the story of luxury doesn't stop at front doors and sweeping lawns. It continues on four wheels. Car collection. No self-respecting country superstar can go without a Cadillac Escalade. And Reba's is a prime example of why this SUV dominates Nashville driveways. With a 6.2-liter V8 engine pumping out over 420 horsepower, the Escalade has both brute strength and smooth refinement. Inside, the cabin is a cocoon of leather and wood accents, fitted with tri-zone climate control and infotainment screens that keep long rides as comfortable as they are stylish. Valued today at around $100,000, $110,000 depending on trim, the Escalade isn't just transportation, it's a rolling throne, a symbol of status among country stars from Music Row to the CMA red carpet. If the Escalade is for award shows, the Toyota Tacoma is for the farm. Known for its rugged durability, this midsize pickup is powered by a dependable V6 engine with towing power that makes it perfect for hauling gear across acres of Tennessee land. Starting around $35,000 in today's market, the Tacoma is far from flashy. But that's the point. It's a truck for muddy boots and real work. And for Reba, it's a nod to her Oklahoma rodeo upbringing. For fans, it proves she never forgot her roots, even if those roots sometimes require four-wheel drive. Among Reba's collection, the 1965 Ford Mustang is the jewel for car enthusiasts. This classic muscle car defined an era of American freedom, and with its roaring V8 engine, it still delivers the kind of growl that makes heads turn at every stoplight. A well-kept 65 Mustang in today's collector's market can fetch $40,000 to $70,000, depending on condition. The interior is stripped down Americana, vinyl seats, chrome accents, and a dash that feels more jukebox than cockpit. Then there's the 2004 Chevrolet Tahoe Z71, a full-sized SUV that embodies practicality. Equipped with a 5.3-liter V8 engine, the Tahoe offers towing strength and off-road capability, perfect for long tours or family road trips. Valued today at a modest $7,000, $10,000 on the resale market, it's hardly a luxury statement piece, but that's its charm. The Tahoe was built for endurance, not flash, and in Reba's garage, it represents the real-life side of a superstar who still values dependability. And of course, every vehicle in her collection, whether a Cadillac or a Toyota, is just one piece of the broader puzzle. Because when it comes to true wealth, Reba McEntire's fortune isn't parked in a garage. It's spread across decades of music, acting, business, and brand building, income and net worth. Around $100 million, a figure that places her among the wealthiest women in country music history. Yet what makes her financial story so fascinating isn't just the number itself, but the sheer diversity of the income streams that built it. Music, of course, forms the bedrock of her fortune. Over her 5-decade career, Reba has released 34 studio albums and 126 singles, selling between 75 to 90 million records worldwide. Her greatest hits, Volume 2, alone went 5x platinum, and countless other releases continue to generate royalties. Even today, she remains one of country's top-selling artists, her catalog ensuring steady revenue from both physical sales and digital licensing. Reba's concerts have long been must-see events. From headlining tours across the US to her Las Vegas residency with Brooks and Dunn, she sold out arenas with ease. These performances routinely gross millions, and her ability to still pack venues after decades in the business proves her enduring star power. For many fans, a Reba show isn't just a concert, it's a rite of passage. The streaming era has only expanded her reach. With 2.4 million monthly listeners on Spotify, Reba earns around $7,000 a month from that platform alone. On YouTube, her music videos and live performances have amassed over 503 million views, bringing in additional ad revenue. While these numbers may not rival her touring income, they ensure her music continues to reach younger audiences discovering her for the first time. Acting has been another lucrative pillar of her empire. Her sitcom Reba, 2001-2007, ran for 6 seasons and continues to earn syndication income, keeping checks coming long after the cameras stopped rolling. More recently, she's appeared in Big Sky, guest starred in Young Sheldon, and joined The Voice as a coach, reportedly earning $13 million per season. Television has not only widened her fan base, but also proven she can command top-tier salaries in Hollywood as well as Nashville. Reba's influence extends into endorsements. She's lent her name and image to major campaigns, including KFC and various Western lifestyle brands. These partnerships highlight her ability to bridge mainstream advertising while staying true to her country persona. Unlike fleeting celebrity endorsements, Reba's collaborations feel authentic, which is precisely why brands line up to work with her. As if music, acting, and business weren't enough, Reba has also become a successful author. She's penned memoirs reflecting on her journey, as well as her 2023 release, Not That Fancy Cookbook, which blends recipes, stories, and Southern charm. Book sales and royalties provide yet another revenue stream, while also deepening her connection with fans on a personal level. Yet what truly defines her legacy isn't only the money she has made, but the money she has given away. Because behind the superstar, the mogul, and the businesswoman lies another powerful identity. Reba the humanitarian. Philanthropy. One of her proudest achievements is Reba's Ranch House, founded in 1992 in Denison, Texas. Designed as a comforting haven for families of patients receiving care at the nearby Texoma Medical Center, the ranch-style facility has hosted tens of thousands of guests over the years. For families facing the stress of medical crises, Reba's Ranch House provides not only shelter but also dignity, a place where Southern hospitality meets compassion. It stands as one of the most enduring monuments to her belief in giving back. Her reach, however, doesn't end there. Reba has consistently supported national and international causes, including Habitat for Humanity, the Salvation Army, the American Red Cross, and Feeding America. She's also lent her star power to Celebrity Fight Night, a fundraiser that has generated millions for medical research and patient care. Whether it's hunger relief, disaster recovery, or building homes for those in need, Reba's giving is as wide-ranging as her career. The industry has recognized her humanitarian work many times. She has been honored with the Minnie Pearl Humanitarian Award, the ACM/Home Depot Humanitarian Award, and the Andrea Bocelli Foundation Humanitarian Award. Each accolade reflects not only her generosity, but also her consistency, decades of turning success into support for others. In 2018, she received the prestigious Horatio Alger Award, recognizing individuals who have overcome adversity to achieve success while dedicating themselves to education and philanthropy. For Reba, who grew up in rural Oklahoma with dreams far smaller than her eventual reality, the award was deeply symbolic. It celebrated not just her journey from rodeo girl to country queen, but her choice to use that journey as a platform to lift others up. What makes Reba's philanthropy remarkable is how authentic it feels. She doesn't treat charity as an obligation or a branding exercise. It's simply part of her DNA. From offering families a bed near their loved ones' hospital rooms to funding major national campaigns, Reba has proven that her Southern roots instilled in her more than grit and determination. They instilled a sense of responsibility to care for others. For all her success on stage and screen, Reba McEntire's personal life has been just as eventful, marked by love, heartbreak, resilience, and reinvention. Her story offstage proves that even the Queen of Country has faced her share of challenges and conquered them with grace. Personal life. Her first marriage was in 1976 to steer wrestler Charlie Battles, a fellow Oklahoma native and rodeo star. At the time, Reba was still an emerging artist, balancing her musical ambitions with the responsibilities of being a wife and stepmother to Charlie's children. But as her career took off, the strain on their relationship grew. After 11 years of marriage, the couple divorced in 1987, leaving Reba heartbroken but determined to continue building her career. Just 2 years later, in 1989, she married Narvel Blackstock, her steel guitarist and later manager. Together they formed Starstruck Entertainment, a management company that helped oversee not only her career, but also those of other major country artists. That same year, she gave birth to her only biological son, Shelby Blackstock, who would later pursue a career in professional race car driving. Through Narvel, Reba also became stepmother to his 3 children from a previous marriage, fully embracing the role of a blended family matriarch. For more than 25 years, Reba and Narvel were a power couple in both love and business. In 2015, however, the marriage ended in divorce. The split shocked fans, but Reba handled it with her trademark strength and grace. Despite the personal upheaval, she has often spoken warmly of Narvel, emphasizing that they remain on good terms. For Reba, family ties don't dissolve with a divorce. They simply evolve. Afterward, Reba found companionship again. From 2017 to 2019, she dated businessman and wildlife photographer Anthony Skeeter Lasuzo. Their relationship was filled with travels and adventures, but eventually they parted ways amicably. By 2020, love found her once more in an unexpected way. Reba reconnected with actor Rex Linn, whom she had first met years earlier while working on a film. The two crossed paths again on the set of Young Sheldon, and soon after, sparks flew. Their relationship has been joyful, playful, and refreshingly open. Reba often calls him her sugar tot, a nickname that fans quickly embraced. To this day, the couple remains happily together, proving that love stories don't have to follow traditional timelines to be fulfilling. From a rodeo girl in Oklahoma to the queen of country with a $100 million empire, Reba McEntire's story is one of grit, resilience, and reinvention. Reba isn't just a country star. She's a living symbol of Southern grit and the American dream, redefined. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed exploring her farm, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next story we share.